Harvey Horseradish had never been a man to take big risks, but Mark Poutine had a way of making insanity sound adventurous. After all, what was life without a little interstellar romance? So when Mark, brimming with that signature, sugar-fueled Montreal bravado, waved a pair of free Stargate adventure tickets in front of him, Harvey hardly hesitated.
Mark, what's all the commotion?
Buddy, you are not going to believe this.
The journey through the Stargate was a mess of blinking lights and procedural forms signed in triplicate. At last, they stumbled, slightly queasy, into the lobby of the Midol Interport, greeted by a wave of spicy metallic air and a promotional holo sign flashing, "Your emotional forecast today, unpredictable." The tour was led by a perky, iridescent shapeshifter named Clyra, who had a tendency to change hair color midway through her sentences.
Welcome to Midol, Earthlings.
She beamed at them both and handed over a laminated map in 15 languages. For a moment, they felt like astronauts about to plant a flag on Venus. Mark was in his element. He smoothed his Francosat roller derby team jacket and winked at every passing alien. Harvey was less enthusiastic, slightly overwhelmed by the sight of 100 hopeful suitors, quadruple-jointed, feathered, translucent-skinned, jostling in the atrium, waiting for their shot at love. Then came the first big surprise. As Clyra led them into the grand hall, a trumpet fanfare announced the arrival of the competition. At center stage, resplendent in gold spandex, stood none other than Viper Talon, roller derby's notorious bad boy, the pride and shame of Cleveland, Ohio. Viper was a legend, not for his skill, but for his unparalleled ability to win by any means necessary.
Ready to lose twice, Frenchie?
He sneered, first on the rink, then, as fate would have it, on the loveboat cruise conveniently named the Maid of Midol, bound for the scenic PMS Falls. The itinerary was simple: derby by daylight, dance floor by night, and a series of compatibility challenges, each more bewildering than the last. The real wild card, though, were the infamous shape-shifting Midolian temptresses, famed across the galaxy for their mood forecasts. Where humans obsessed over the weather, the Midolians reported the social climate. High chance of flirtation, scattered drama, volcanic jealousy warnings in effect. Mark, ever the optimist, dove in with both skates. Harvey hung back, watching as contestants were paired with their Midolian hosts, who shifted forms to match the probable desires or fears of their chosen companions. Some looked like classical beauties. Others, to Harvey's private horror, appeared as uncanny doppelgangers of ex-bosses or high school nemeses. Harvey, paired with a shapeshifter named Zeller, found himself trapped in an endless conversation about Earth snack foods and lunar gardening, all while Zeller's cheekbones morphed in sync with Harvey's muttered complaints. The PMS Falls cruise was a riot, literally. Viper sabotaged Mark's skates during the glide of romance, earning an unsportsmanlike penalty, but winning a standing ovation from the more mischief-minded in the crowd. By midnight, things escalated. Mark, desperate for a win, tried to impress his host with tales of his roller derby prowess. The Midolian woman only sighed and announced, "Mood forecast, 80% chance of emotional instability. Severe pouting advisory remains in effect." Viper, meanwhile, wooed the shapeshifters with glittering proclamations and fake championship rings, collecting dance partners like trophies. Only then did Harvey and Mark realize the truth. The planet Midol wasn't just a play on words, it was a real warning. The headquarters grand prize wasn't romance. It was surviving the universe's most volatile dating scene. Aggressive mood swings, blossoming drama, and late-night rants about the injustices of galactic tax brackets. Whatever else its inhabitants were selling, tranquility wasn't on offer. By the time the tour ended, Mark's derby jersey was coated in cosmic lipstick smudges, and Harvey had sworn off interspecies dating forever. As they trudged to the Stargate home, the final hollow sign twinkled above them. Congratulations, Earthlings. You survived Midol. Barely. Canada's hopes for a romantic first contact crumpled like a used tissue, but at least Harvey figured they'd have a story no one on Earth would ever believe.